Hey everyone, this season, don't just watch the games, win them with Pez'sPicks.com. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the man himself.
Thank you, Jeff. This is Pez. After years of giving away our picks on Instagram and beating the house, we've launched Pez's Premium Picks, an exclusive data-based picks based on our algorithm that's hit winners for the last 2 years.
Didn't that algorithm get you over 70% picks right in the NFL last year?
That's right, Jeff. Thank you. No gimmicks, just the pick we believe in. We're using the promo code Lock It Up this week on Pez'sPicks.com. After that, we're asking for a small donation to keep beating the house.
That's right. Use the promo code Lock It Up, all one word, for a free week of access at Pez'sPicks.com. That's Pez'sPicks.com. Check it out today.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Hello. Welcome in. It's Birds of a Feather Podcast with your boy Q-City.
Your boy Charles Bavado.
Now we are back with episode 94, fresh off of bye. No game to discuss last week, so we're going to get right into what we expect from the Bills on Monday night. We're going to get into some in-division, and then if y'all hop into the comments or we got any fan mail, we'll read on ATL. So come along with us. Enjoy the ride. Appreciate y'all being here. So, Taj, my man, coming off a bye week. Yes, it's early. I think the most important thing that we had on this bye week is getting healthy. So, tell me what you thought about the team coming out from the early bye.
I really don't have many thoughts on it. They opened up the IR return window for Taquan Graham. Still nothing from Troy Anderson, Braylon Trice, Storm Norton, or Troy Anderson. So, AJ Terrell's going to play. So, we're getting one guy back. Didn't really hear him say much about Mooney. I think they're going to play it by ear this week. So, I really don't have nothing really changed for me to have.
I know on Friday is basically that cut and dry day, right? Where it's like who's ever there on Friday is going to be able to play Sunday or Monday. It's just we have a Monday night game that's Saturday, right?
I'm not sure what the cutoff is. I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, I wonder if because it's an extra day, because usually it's like you got to have the game before a travel day, or you got to have a practice before a travel day, right?
We ain't traveling, so.
Also true. How I look at so usually if you practice on Friday, you can play, even if it's like limited participation or whatever.
Sometimes they got game time decisions and all that, so we don't really know.
How do you think it's tracking for some of Braylon we haven't seen on the field outside?
He's on IR, so they would have to open up the return window before that even happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't open up the return window for them to even start practicing. I doubt they're going to go from not practicing straight to a game.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. Hey, look, I'm glad we got AJ back. Definitely was sorely needed in the secondary. Feel like he's going to be a great addition. They kind of do wide receiver by committee, right? There's Keon Coleman, I guess, is your number one receiver over there, but they make it happen with a bunch of guys. Having AJ back should help slow that down.
Yeah, it should. I'm not really too afraid of the weapons because you got Josh Allen, you got James Cook, Shakir, the slot receiver, and you got the two tight ends like around, and then you got the receiver, the other receiver, Coleman. But it's like nothing really jumps off the film. It's just Josh Allen, just Superman.
And he really is. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. That's us off the bye week. Getting into the actual game. So the Bills are coming off I'm gonna say it, to me, a surprising loss. To you, not as much, right?
I called
it. You called it, but to me, a somewhat surprising loss versus the New England Patriots. One in which their defense actually allowed a really long drive to end the game, but over multiple courses of that game, was faced with short fields and was able to make field goals because Josh Allen uncharacteristically for the past like year and a half, turned the ball over at an extremely high rate. He hadn't been doing it. And old Josh came back out, and it was surprising to see 3 turnovers in the first half. It was crazy.
I mean, Brett Favre still wears his head.
I mean, and I get it. To an extent, you are who you are. But they end up losing 23-20. Josh Allen can't pull the heroics out of his hat at the last minute. What did you see in that game that maybe kind of gives you some pause on what our team could be versus them, and gives you some, reassurance as to what we're going to look like when we face them on Monday night?
Nothing really gave me any pause. I mean, it's Josh Allen. That's really all you need, because it's a top flight quarterback. That's really all you need is to proceed with caution. But I feel like this team itself is very beatable. I feel like we match up very well with them. They're weak against the run, and they play a lot of zone, which we excel at. They're gonna play some some too high stuff to keep a lid on things, but I feel like outside of that one game, Penix is a pretty solid decision maker, so I don't feel like that'll be an issue.
I feel like the Carolina game is looking more and more like a snowball effect game, where it was just kind of like things went left and they just couldn't get right. And
you play Carolina?
Huh?
You play Carolina?
Yeah, I
don't know what you're talking about, brother.
I'm saying it's looking more and more like the Carolina game.
I didn't even know we played Carolina.
So we just burning the tape and acting like that didn't happen?
Yeah, I have no recollection of this game you're talking about.
But anyway.
We only played 3 games. We got 2 bye weeks.
It's looking more and more like that was just one of those games where things went left, couldn't get right. But it's not indicative of how he's played in all the other 3 games. He's had the clutch gene. He's put up good yardage totals. He's been selective with the ball for the most part, right? He's got some turnover-worthy plays, but for the most part, he's been really good in what you can expect from a second-year player who is essentially playing through his rookie season, right? Something that I saw that Drake May took a lot of advantage of in the Bills game. Like you said, they play a lot of zone, but they play a lot of high coverage, taking the underneath route. Not necessarily check downs, but the underneath routes, right? Concepts that, maybe you're catching the ball below the sticks, but it's allowing your guys time to work. Stephon Diggs had 12 targets, 10 receptions, right? None of them were over 24 yards, I think it was his deepest reception. A lot of mid of the field underneath stuff. And run after the catch has been a killer for this defense, even going back to the Ravens game. Lamar is notorious for holding the ball and then creating plays deep, right? Which I think facilitated a need for them to change their defense a little bit. They got kind of caught, and they say never accept in winning what you won't accept in defeat. If you see how Dennis Allen played him, I don't think not Dennis Allen. You see how New Orleans played him. I don't know why I said Dennis Allen. You see how New Orleans played him, kept everything in front of him for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. And when they were on the offensive end, attacked above the sticks. It seems to be Buffalo's weak point. Now, are they going to change that significantly when they play us? I don't think so.
But do that.
What's up?
It's kind of tough to do that.
When your defense is built that way.
Well, not even that. It's just like coming off a primetime game. Like, it's kind of hard to do changes like that in a week to where, like, I mean, yes, the NFL is a week-to-week thing, but that's feels like a bye-week thing more than a inter-week thing.
And I definitely agree. Ology No Emotion, what's up, man? How you doing? Getting in on the Bills, upcoming Bills game, right? So once again, speaking on where I think that their weak points will be. Who do I think is absolutely going to eat? I definitely think Drake has a great opportunity this week, right? We have not used him in the slot as much as I thought we would over the course of the first 4 games. But I think putting him back into where he excelled last year go wonders for us. Where do you see our offense attacking and really making a difference through this game?
Since Buffalo is a high zone team, I can see Drake eating in this because he excels for his own teams because you don't got to worry about separating. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo opted to play a little more man coverage. And if that's the case, then Kyle Pitts could go off because Kyle Pitts has been against man coverage. He's been the highest rated tight end with like a 90 PFF rate or something like that. So it's like I feel like we need to run the offense through. I mean, obviously, Bijan goes without saying, but the pass game needs to run through Pitts and Drake. Hopefully, Mooney, can offer some things that put some stress on the zone coverages if they opt to play that, to threaten them vertically to open up other things underneath. Hit them with some flood concepts, maybe a little bit of dagger. A couple of those things could help break that zone, but yeah, I expect Drake to, if it's zone heavy, I expect Drake to have a good game.
So the Bills do have on their roster somebody who may be familiar with a little bit of our personnel, but not necessarily the scheme, right? Our old DC, Ryan Neeson, is on their staff as a senior D coordinator. Well, as a senior D assistant. They don't necessarily have a D coordinator. And then I really don't see anybody else on the defensive side that makes me worry outside of Sean McDermott, right? Like, he's a decent defensive coordinator. On the offensive end, the guy who's been, like, since Dayball, somebody really instrumental in changing Josh's way of playing, Joe Brady, right? And, like, I feel like he's been a really good offensive coordinator for Josh. Hell, he won the MVP last year, right? He won the MVP last year. If I look at what he brings on the offensive end, the whole receiving by committee thing, using the back out the backfield, even though auspiciously they did not use him. They did not use Cook enough in this last game versus the Patriots. He went missing. It was really, really weird, especially when the Patriots had no answer for, receiving back out of the backfield. In any of their other 3 games, you really didn't use him. It was weird. Or 4 games, you didn't really use him. It was weird. But he's cut down on Josh's mistakes tremendously and highlighted a lot of his strengths. I'm not going to lie. I think him getting the Carolina job right after that season at LSU as an O coordinator in Carolina, I think that was a little too early, right? Thinking he maybe needed a little seasoning. He stepped back. He was an offensive assistant for a few years. I think after this season, he's going to have real buzz on getting a head coaching job somewhere.
I see it.
Right. I definitely, when I look at what he's been able to accomplish, basically taking a guy who was known as a bugaboo for turnovers and basically coaching that out of him. I'm not going to say it was all him, but like changing the way that he's playing.
I'm not giving him credit for that because the thing is, like, he didn't even coach the full season as a coordinator last year.
He came in, what was it, week 9?
But halfway point. So I'm not really giving him credit because Josh wasn't turning the ball over before he got in.
I mean, 13 games is guys have been crowned for less. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not giving. I'm giving that more sort of Josh than him. As the Josh is just.
And I think once he came in, he only had one more turnover for the rest of, or it was two more turnovers for it because he only turned the ball six times.
That's more so of Josh seeing the field. I'm giving the credit. I'm not going to give all the credit to the dude who started calling plays week 9.
I got you. I think that he's definitely in line for a position at the end of the season.
Yes, he's going to get a job because he coached up the quarterbacks get you jobs. Yes, but I'm not giving him credit for Josh's turnover thing. I'm not giving him credit for that because he was playing good before that. It's just the offense was out of whack. That's why they ended up letting go of the old guy and bringing up Joe.
I definitely want to see what he's able to bring for the rest of the season. Maybe not against us. Atlanta's pass rush has some life after 10 years in college. That's not a lie. We our pass rush has been dead for a while. Speaking of pass rush, what do we need to do against Josh Allen, considering he's the main weapon for the offense?
More of a muddle rush and B-lane discipline. You don't want to too far. It is that whoever is working, it's going to be imperative that whoever is working the edge is very disciplined in their responsibilities and they don't give up the rush lanes. I understand it's going to happen because Josh Allen, but they need to minimize that as much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they spot it from time to time.
This is where you miss somebody like Troy Anderson. I'm not going to lie. Like, he does have the athletic.
You got Diablo.
Who has been balling this year?
Like, you talking about Troy, we got Diablo. Just as athletic, just as big, except he's got better instincts.
Especially in the pass game. Bro, I'm telling you, that would have been a top 5 play. Hey, he came down with that one-handed pick, bro. Like, he's got definite instincts in the pass game. I love to see it. But when I look at our matchup versus them, I definitely agree with your assessment that this is a beatable team, right? I'm looking along the lines of 30-24 type of game. I actually think both teams are going to be able to put up a decent amount of points. I don't think this is going to be a slugfest type of game.
I think you want to take at least one.
What's that?
I think you want to – I'll take them touchdowns at least one each, like a 24-17 type game.
That's the thing. I don't see Buffalo scoring 17 points because they scored 20 with 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to –
I can still see.
Yeah, I don't see them scoring.
I mean, obviously, but I also see it going to where we either want to score 17.
Which – I can see that. You know, especially a win solves a lot of things, but we had our troubles in the red zone earlier in the season, right? So, like, if those rear its head again and we're, crossing the 30 and ending that with a field goal, the game can get muddy quick. But our defense, quiet as it's kept, top 10 defense right now, being able to hold them to not a lot of passing yards consistently. Almost every quarterback to not a lot of passing yards. What's the number? We hadn't allowed above 160 yet?
167, but yeah.
Hadn't allowed above 167. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think that might get broke this week. But it doesn't change the fact that I still think that we're pretty amazing defense as of now.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be like – I don't want to see our first real. I don't want to say our first real test. I don't want to disrespect Baker, but Baker 8-12, Josh Allen at minimum 3.
Yeah.
So kind of a different animal we're dealing with.
And are you still putting Baker 8-12? Because I feel like at this point you got to put this man top 10. Like you really stay trying.
I mean, is 8 not top 10?
But all right, is 12 top 10?
No, but that's why he fluctuates.
He ain't played.
He's not
he ain't
always
played one game this season. He ain't played one game this season. That doesn't have him as top.
Hey, look, we 5 games into the season. If he makes it to the end of the season, and I'd have just then. For right now, he's still 8-12. Him and Sam Darnold probably 9-13.
I mean, I believe that from Sam Darnold, but like you seen Baker do it in the regular season.
Is Baker has
Baker do it in the playoffs?
Yes, but the thing is Baker has his highs, right? But Baker also has his lows. You're only focusing on the highs right now because that's all he's showing you, but the lows are coming. I mean, he's a gunslinger. He's going to turn over.
But even in his lows, he's still finding a way to win these games. Hence the game against us.
He ain't had no lows yet.
I mean, what he didn't throw for.
You only focusing on 5 games. We got 12 more to go.
I mean, last season the man threw 41 touchdowns,
and he's like led the league in interceptions too. And led the league in interceptions too.
At what, like 20? Was it even 20?
No, it was like 14.
Come on now, 41-14.
What you mean? Come on now, that's a lot of fucking turnovers. Lamar had 4 and threw 40 touchdowns. Baker threw double digits more than Lamar.
Okay.
So, yes,
I mean,
8-12.
Lamar might be one. When we talked about, like,
but the Lamar might be one. 8-12. Yes, 8-12. I like Baker. You acting like I'm calling the man a bum. I said 8-12.
Bro, who's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8? Who's 4, 5, 6, and 7?
Besides, we're getting off topic.
We are, but who's 4, 5, 6, and 7?
That's not important right now. 8-12 is where I got him at. This ain't an argument. This is my opinion.
I can't, like, you know what? We will table that for off the rails conversation that we'll have at some point throughout the season. Y'all pin that one.
We got a lot to do tonight. We ain't got time to be going too off the rails.
We do. All right. Getting to in division. So
everyone won.
Buffalo defense is mid. I believe that's once again the reason they don't get the chip. You know what? For ATL, we're gonna talk about teams to never get over the hump. So we'll do 5 minutes on that one at the end. All right. But getting in the in division, right? So leading the division. What's up?
Everyone won.
Everyone won. Yeah, everyone won last week. The Bucks 4-1 right now. We're tied with the Panthers, but we got a half-game lead on them, even though they beat us.
We're not tied.
They got one more loss.
Yeah, so you can't be tied. They got another loss.
I said we got a half-game lead on them.
You said we're tied, and you said, but we got like which one is it?
Oh, no, I meant to say we got a half-game lead on them. We got a half-game lead on them because they got another loss, and then the Saints finally got their first one at 1-4. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Every team outside the Bucks has a negative point differential, and the Bucks only got a 3-point positive one. Like, this division is wonky. Isn't the right word? It's like I'm gonna be honest, and I say this as a Falcons fan who believes that we have what it takes to win the division. Right now, it's the Bucks division to lose early in the season through the first little.
I mean, that's what it's been the past 4 years.
Yeah, it's ran through Tampa, right? As frustrating as it is, they have the best as of right now. They have the best quarterback in the division. Hell, they might have the best D coordinator in the division.
I don't know about their defense. Their defense is because it's hard for me to say defense when they just got in a 38-35 shootout.
Yeah, true.
Like, they blitz a lot, but their defense is very exposable.
All right, quarter point. What's y'all take on the pass rush first round duo? I know they ain't starting, so who has the most potential? All right, that's an ATL question. We'll get to that one.
We're gonna get through this real quick.
Yeah. I know good and dang well which one Taj is gonna pick.
Oh, yeah.
But how I look at it, the Bucks. Oh, I ain't got everybody's schedule up. One sec.
I'm talking about the games they played this week.
Yeah.
The Bucks played the Seahawks.
So
are you talking about like this upcoming week? Are you talking about last week?
No, this upcoming week. So the 49ers traveled to the Bucks. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no faith in the 49ers this year. I don't think they're going to be a long-term success. Obviously, we play the Bills.
They are 4-1.
Bro, have you watched them play?
Yeah, I watched that great Thursday night game last week where they beat the Rams that were healthy with Mac Jones.
I have no
and the Rams are a good team by your logic.
That's true. Brock ain't been playing. And I believe, what was the game they lost? I think they lost to the Jaguars. Brock played that game. Brock wasn't healthy.
Yeah, and guess what? The Jags are 4-1.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been out there. All right, hey, I still don't. I got to see it. Y'all got to make me a believer. I don't believe it.
I mean, they don't win all but one game. And the only team they lost.
That obviously don't mean nothing to you because Baker don't want all his games and you don't push him up.
That's not. See, you picking and choosing what you want to hear.
All right. Patriots play the Saints this week. What's it called? Patriots travel down to New Orleans to play them this week. I actually think New Orleans is really live in that game. And then you got Carolina. Dallas is coming to Carolina. So I'm not going to lie to you. I actually think the Saints might win and Carolina might lose, and we'll have two teams at 2-4. We really can't afford to drop another game. So this Buffalo game.
I don't see the Panthers beating the Patriots at all. Or the Saints. I don't see the Saints beating the Patriots at all.
I think the Patriots.
I think that's going to get ugly.
I think the Saints are coming off their first win. I think Patriots are coming off a huge win.
They beat the Giants.
I think the Patriots are coming off a huge win.
The Saints beat someone on their level. Congratulations.
I'm telling you, bro.
The Patriots is a better team than and coaching matters.
I do believe coaching matters.
Vrabel is a good coach. He's not a great coach, but he's a good regular season coach.
Do you believe Patriots are a good team?
Yes.
Every year a good team loses to a bad team. Every year.
Yeah, but they're not losing to the Saints.
I think this is the bad team they lose to. I think I'm calling my shot on this one. I think the Saints are really live in this game. And even if it's not a win, I don't think it gets ugly at all. I think this game's close throughout.
I'm just saying. I just say I don't got the statistics in front of my face, but I feel like I've been more correct about the worst teams than you have this year.
Say swear.
Swear. Told you the Dolphins was buns. You're like, nah, they gonna beat the Colts. Got smacked.
That was week one. Nobody knows anything on week one. Don't do that.
Told you the Patriots is gonna beat the Bills.
You just said those were good teams. We talking about bad teams.
The Patriots are on our level.
I don't consider us a bad team. I think we're a good team.
We're not a good team either. We're
right in the middle.
You know,
now, you call it the Miami.
Where the Falcons are right now is where we just good enough that we don't got to be drunk to hit it, but we ain't gonna tell nobody.
That's a 6, bro. That's a 5-6.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll hit it sober, but you ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, that's fair. You gonna lie and say you was drunk if anybody finds out. It's facts. All right. So let's get into these two ATLs and close this one out. So we'll take the second one first because I like that one. What's y'all take on the pass rush first round duo? I know they ain't starting, so who has the most potential? So through the first 4 games that we played, I think just looking at who pops, James Pierce Jr. is, he's got all the measurables. The sacks ain't there, but they hold him on 2 sacks. He's got 1 sack right now, and I've counted him having 3.
Oh, I didn't see 3. I seen 2. But...
He's got 1 full sack right now.
No, he got 1 full one?
Yeah,
okay.
they gave him a half and a half.
Okay. Well, he should have more.
Yeah, they gave him a half and a half. Yeah, he's been balling. Jalen Walker, to be honest with you, completely real with you, through 4 games, and everybody needs to calm down because he's still figuring it out and everything. But through 4 games, he looks like he's playing out of position. I don't like that. Shut up. Shut up. Through 4 games, it looks like he's playing opposition. He probably needs to go a stand-up outside linebacker. But then I don't know if he has the pass cover skills. So I'm not saying it's a waste of a pick. I'm not saying he's a wrong pick or anything like that. I'm not even saying he needs to change his body type in terms of bulk up or slim. None of that. I'm just saying as of right now, today, when you watch him play after 4 games, it looks a little bit like he's playing out of position, like he might be a little too small. But I have a lot of faith in him.
That at all. I don't agree with that at all.
All right, cool. What do you see?
So obviously, I have a preference to James Pierce, but they're bringing different things, right? James Pierce, pure pass rusher, all the measurables, boom, got you. Now Jalen Walker, he's our best run defending edge. That's important.
It is.
Like, yes, the pass rush ain't there yet, but that's fine. As long as you're good against the run, you could develop the pass rush down the line, but you got to be good at something.
And he is.
Because the thing is the film is saying, it's constantly showing, like, we can go back to the Commander game, right? You have Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is running an insert block towards Jalen. He sees Jalen and runs out the way. We can go back to the Vikings game. A pulling guard is pulling. Jalen blanks him and then forces the run inside. A 300-pound man kind of running full speed at Jalen. Jalen just move. You can't say the man too small because he got grown man strength. The pass rush ain't there. The pass rush ain't there yet. But he got time to develop it. He's still new to this. But his run defense is why he sees the field.
And he does see the field. He sees the field a decent amount.
James pops more because he's a better pass rusher. And he's probably going to be our best pass rusher, once he gets more snaps. But they're both good in their own ways.
Now, how do you feel about our rotation currently? Because I do feel like pass rush is you let Terry cook over a couple years, turn a weakness into a strength, right? We've got some seasoned guys in Harrison, Ebiketie, guys who've been on the roster for, a year, 2 years, 3 years. And then we've got, some high profile rookies. I feel like we have a really decent rotation going on.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's very good.
Braylon Trice is supposed to get added to the mix eventually.
Never,
if he ever gets healthy.
Who else? The rotation good. I like the rotation. I expect our first round picks to have even bigger roles next year.
Absolutely,
or maybe even towards the year.
Because we're not gonna retain everybody. I think we talked about it in the training camp episode. Like some of these guys are going to be gone.
No, Ebiketie and Leonard Floyd. Everyone else is under contract still.
Yeah, like those two are most likely going to not. But it's just not a re-sign, right? It's not even a cap casualty or anything. Just not a re-sign.
No, this is the contract. Yeah, won't be no cap. I don't see any cap casualties with our current group. At least on the front. At least in the
on the front end.
Yeah. I don't see it there. I mean, it could happen maybe in the back end with
one thing we did call was for a restructuring of Jesse's contract, and through the first 4 games,
I didn't call for a restructure. I called for an extension.
Yeah, well, to help lower his cap hit.
Well, he only got 1 more year in the deal, so
yeah. But at the time, we were saying that so that we could make room for Drake's contract, Pitt's contract coming up. Through 4 games, obviously, this is first quarter of the season, people. Through 4 games, Pitts looks like somebody you want to keep at the right number, right? Drake looked like somebody you're going to keep at market rate, like whatever the number is. And you still got a year till you have to pay Bijan. So, like, you're definitely going to need that cap space and whatnot. It would have made a lot more sense to extend Jesse at the beginning of the year, right, to spread his number out. But through 4 games, not extending him doesn't look like the worst thing in the world right now.
Well, it just depends. I mean, it's through 4 games. New defense. They're actually going to do different things. I don't know if he's been bad or good because I don't know.
It's not that he's been bad or good. He just hasn't popped. Like he hasn't had his type of impact that we've been accustomed to him having over the past 2 years.
He's probably being asked to do different things because, like, now we're having – because the thing is I was talking to some people, and people are like, dang, Xavier Watts is better than Jesse. I'm like, I don't know.
No, calm down.
Like, yeah, he get more ball production, but we don't know what they're asking Jesse to do because it looks like Jesse's doing a lot of more of the underneath stuff that he's probably better at. And he's just like, it's kind of hard to make a pop on the ball when they're not throwing your direction.
Which is true. And like you want instinctive players close to the middle of the field instead of playing deep. Because when you're playing deep, you're really just playing the ball, right? Like you're tracking the receiver playing the ball. Whereas when you're playing in the middle of the field, playing closer to the line, you're using your instinct. You're watching the QB's eyes. Jesse is much better at that. And he's seen more over time. So like you trust him in that position a little bit more. But yeah, not gonna lie, has not seemed like he's popped. But it's 4 games. It's early in the season.
I mean, yes, you don't seem like he's popped, but it's not worth it because the thing is, you don't always have to pop because sometimes if you always pop it means you might not always be doing your job. Because you can focus on we can go back with 3 years to when Trayvon Diggs led the league in interceptions and all that. The people are like, he's making a whole bunch of pop plays. He also gave up the most yards in the NFL
by a wide margin.
That pop don't come out some sizzle behind it.
Yeah.
So like, I'm okay with him not popping on the field as long as he's doing his job because the pass defense has been good.
Pass defense has been excellent. It's been
the fact that they're having to try the rookies, that means that Jesse is doing his job. AJ is doing his job because AJ and Jesse are the two people you're not really seeing get tried like that.
Yeah, I think AJ, he had 2 pass breakups for the year before he went out.
Yeah, like they're going after the Hughes and they're testing the Billy Bowmans and they're testing Xavier Watts. They're testing the young guys. And even D Offer when he's in. Like, so I don't really like. I think Jesse is still worthy of being paid just because he hasn't popped, but just because he don't have the ball production that we're accustomed to doesn't mean his job isn't being done. The ball production will come as the defenses account more for the ball skills of Xavier Watts.
And he's been playing to his strengths. Now, all logic, no emotion. They don't have much behind Darnell and Drake. I can't let you get away with that because we are a Casey Washington fan podcast over here, bro. Like Casey, if he can stay healthy, he might be our wide receiver 2 by the end. God, bro. Casey might be our wide receiver 2 by the end of the season.
3, not 2.
You don't think he's gonna beat Mooney out?
Financial investment. They'll push Ray off the field. They'll push Ray off the field before they do Mooney.
That's true.
Because Mooney has a certain skills that no one else has. He can stretch the field.
Yeah, Drake is fast enough, but I don't think
he's not.
That's not his forte.
He's faster than me. I mean, but I'm also a big guy, so I ain't calling you regular slow. You just football slow.
So Buffalo defense is mid. I believe that once again, that'll be the reason they don't win the chip, right? So getting that in mind. So ATLs around the league, it's just like stuff we take from fans to kind of, you don't answer the questions. You can always hit the DMs, BOAF Media on all social platforms, or you can hop in the chat on the show. So it makes you think about, like, what about other teams that were really, really good, really, really great, and just couldn't get over the hump? And I'm thinking about teams, not just like a season, but like teams over a stretch of time, right?
Buffalo Bills.
Of course, right? The 4 Buffalo Bills. But the one that comes to mind for me is that I want to say it was like 2011 to 2014 New Orleans Saints team, right? Where Drew Brees was throwing for 1,000,000 yards, and that defense couldn't stop nothing, bro. Like, couldn't stop nothing. And that team used to be hell to see, right? Because I think Brees did 5,000 yards 2 times in that span. Multiple high 30 touchdown seasons, not a lot of picks. He was super accurate. But, like, No, sometimes when you get your Achilles heel, a team just can't make it. They just can't get over that hump.
I'm gonna go with a newer team, not necessarily newer, but a more recent team. I'm gonna go with like the Ravens.
You think they missed their window?
I don't think they missed the window. No, it's just injuries right now. Because the thing is like they lost. They two of those. They could easily be what 3-2, but like their Bills game was wonky and the Lions game was wonky. It's like because it's like the defense has been playing horrible, but Lamar has been playing great football, and like due to their record, no one's really talking about it. Like Lamar has 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, great numbers. Like he's doing his thing. It's just the defense is letting them down. And just like the turnovers, where the Lamar might have fumbled. I can't. I don't know if he fumbled, but I know Derrick Henry has been uncharacteristically fumbling a lot.
Yeah, and Lamar has 2 turnovers, and they both came in the Chiefs game.
And so he threw a pick and then an interception.
Yeah,
I mean, throw a pick and then a fumble.
Yeah. So like, but I don't think they've lost their window because I feel like having Lamar gives you a window. I feel like windows. I feel like windows close closer, like faster than some people think. Because like Cincinnati might have really just been a flash in the pan.
Yeah, because their defense is horrible.
Like those 2 years of you go to the Super Bowl, you go to the AFC Championship. Since then, they hadn't been back to the playoffs.
Because the Bengals have refused to address their O-line in their defense.
Yeah.
Yes, you spent the first round pick on Arminius Mims or Aramis Mims, but like put some money into it. Like, yeah, you signed Orlando Brown, but like he's been mid. Like, I feel like
I think he's been worse than mid. I think he's been actually pretty bad this year.
I haven't paid much attention, so I couldn't really tell you. But
the 2 times I watched him was the Broncos game and then this game last week.
I'm not judging him off the Broncos game because that's an elite pass rush.
Yeah, boy, false starts out the wazoo, holding calls.
When you're dealing with that kind of speed like a Nick Benito, you kind of got to do your thing where you're not the fleetest of foot.
Who they play last week?
They played the Lions.
There it goes. Yeah, the Lions game, he's pretty bad too. It's pretty bad back to back.
I mean, I didn't pay attention to the O-line to say that. I just know he's been mid since he's left Kansas City. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was about to say.
My fault. I get you sidetracked. That's on me. Right? When I think of another team, the 49ers, bro, like I think Kaepernick's 49ers, right? Like they could never really get past the Legion of Boom, and then when they did, they ran into the Ravens, right? Like that's just a bad draw.
And the lights cutting up in the middle of the game.
Yeah, it's a bad draw. Like sometimes it just happens. You know what I'm saying?
When they had the lead, they just happened to have the lead, and then the power went out, and yeah.
I mean, they allowed a kick return touchdown. I'm just saying.
Rest in peace, Jacoby. Rest in peace, Jacoby.
Oh God. And then this new iteration of the Niners, I don't know. Kyle Shanahan might be cursed because, boy, their whole medical staff needs to be fired. One or the other.
They just get plagued with injuries. It's injuries. Because the thing is, despite the injuries, that Shanahan is still coaching that team. It's a well-coached team. It's just injuries. Yeah. And he's making do with scraps.
Is every single year though is terrible for them. I think back, you could say the Falcons to an extent, 13-17, but like we didn't make the playoffs all those years. 13-17, no, we didn't. Yeah. Like we made it to the NFC Championship in 13, and then we made it to the Super Bowl in 17. But like there was some like 2 of those years, I think we missed the playoffs. I know after the NFC Championship.
I hate the way that they label the year because it's like the 16 was it was technically the 16th season. The bowl was in 17 because our 17th season was good too.
Yeah, we made it to we lost to the Rams in the wild card.
No, we lost to the Eagles. We beat the Rams, lost to the Eagles.
There it goes. Yeah,
going for a 2-point conversion. Well, not 2-point conversion, but we were going for a touchdown, and it was just. Matt Ryan missed Julio, or Julio didn't see it. I can't remember it, but.
And then that was our last time in the playoffs.
And then Keanu pissed me off royally when he went for the pick and kneed the ball straight to Torrey Smith.
But like you look at that. That's the last time we were in the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
it's been a long time. Like that window's been
8 years.
Yeah, that window's been bolted shut.
8, almost 9 years.
And then to me, I think about teams that like once you get the Super Bowl, bro, it does kind of wash away a lot of stuff. Because like if Tampa never beat the Raiders like they do, they would be 1,000% on this list. The Eagles, because they couldn't get past Tampa, right? And then that one year they lost to Carolina, which was terrible. But like Andy Reid was known as a choker before he went to Kansas City because the Eagles were consistently in the NFC Championship game every single year.
Carolina's a team.
They had 15.
And then they also lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was their 1 year they popped. The Carolina's weird. They have like 1 year super highs.
Yeah, but you're talking about seeds. I'm just talking about games where they didn't get over the hump.
Yeah, I got you. Because like that Carolina team with Jake Delhomme that went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
like
Deshaun Foster is the running back. That was I think it was Musa Muhammad, Steve.
It was a good team, but that was like one season.
They just played. It's the Patriots. That's all it takes is one season. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like once you win the Super Bowl, it does cover over a lot of those things. Because like objectively, if you look at it, the '85 Bears are like lauded as this like super high peak of defensive potential. Same thing with the 2000 Ravens. But it's just 85. 84 and 86, they were just as good, lost to the 49ers both years. Like, if you look at the 2000 Ravens, did they make the playoffs in 01?
I thought they won the bowl in 01.
Huh?
Didn't they win the bowl in 01?
They won it in 01. I was thinking, did they make the playoffs in 02? They did because Jamal Lewis went for 2,000 yards. Yeah. So, like, they back-to-back, like, I swear, bro. Yeah. Like, Carolina, trust me, I keep track of the teams in the division. He was like, you're right, because they went 12-4 in 08. Jake Delhomme crashed out and threw 5 picks against the Cardinals. I was like, yeah. Like, Carolina has high highs, and then they are just they tend to smooth out, right? Like, Jacksonville, same thing. Jacksonville has super high highs, but they don't have – like their first 2 years in existence, I think they went 9-7, and then they got to like an AFC championship game. A lot of mid. They got good in the MJD years, the late Fred Taylor MJD years. They got good mid. Then they had that one pop season in 17, and they just been trash since. Like you get a bunch of franchises that just have like a pop year.
Yeah, that's right.
But like when I think of the Bills, like they've been good for a stretch of time now. I would probably say since about 18, 19, and they just like this is like 6-7 years you can't get over the hump. And usually, I think there's a stat where it's like a quarterback coach combination that wins a Super Bowl wins it within the first 5 years, and like that's a pretty damning sight, man.
So run it back one more time.
A quarterback and coach combination that wins a Super Bowl usually wins it within the first 5 years together. So, like, if I just think about it in the
how was Dungy with Peyton Manning?
They won it in 06. Dungy had been there. Peyton got drafted in 98. That wasn't his first coach. So Dungy had to get there in 02. He got there in 2002 because that was Jay Gruden's first year in Tampa. That was 4 years.
John Gruden, not Jay, but yeah.
Yeah. Usually, I went back because I tried to think like that, like John Gruden. If I just think about like beginning of the century, not Mike Marks, Dick Vermeil with Kurt Warner. That was like year one, right? Brian, the Ravens coach, the starts with a B. But Brian, that was like his first year.
Brian Billick.
Yeah.
Mike Smith's brother-in-law.
that was like his because he was on the 98 Vikings staff. So he couldn't have been there for any more than 2 years prior to that. 2002 was John Gruden's first year there. 2003 was Belichick, right? 2003 and 2004 were Belichick.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long Belichick was there before they actually won, so I don't know.
But it doesn't matter how many years is he there with that quarterback.
Yeah.
Is the thing, right? So like with that quarterback in time, you were 2 years and you won.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So the Pennies thing gotta happen this year and next year for me to feel good.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's kind of one of those things because like after 5 years, you do. And that's what makes me worry about Lamar and Josh Allen a little bit. There's nobody else that's really in that boat. But those two, it does make me wonder because like those guys been there for a while.
Hell, Joe Burrow as well.
Joe Burrow's coming up on 5 years this year, yeah. 6 years.
This year 6. He already passed 5.
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah. So, like, the first year that one of those guys do it will be the first time it's broken in a while. Long time. I think you can go back to, like, the 60s or 70s was the last time that it happened.
I think Mahomes and Flacco and Hurts are, like, the only Super Bowl quarterbacks we got left.
Yeah.
Hold on. Matter of fact, when did Hurts? How long has Sirianni been there?
Sirianni's only been there 3 years. 4 years.
He fell to the bowl his first year.
4 years. Hurts was drafted in 2020, wasn't he? Sirianni wasn't his first coach. Doug Peterson was his first coach.
Okay. Yeah, so Hurts, Mahomes, and Joe Flacco are the only Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that's in the league still. That's Stafford. My bad, Matt.
Flacco hanging on by a piece of thread. Hey, so here's my thing. Thank y'all for hopping in the chat and really getting ATL going. Appreciate it. We're at 52 minutes. Do you want to still put the betting pot on this or you want to redo it up?
You kind of probably need to redo it, probably.
All right, y'all. We're going to close this one out, and then we'll come right back with the betting pod for week 6. So appreciate y'all. It's been your boy Q-City.
Your boy Charles Bavado.
And we out.
Peace.